everyone. I thought it would be worth sharing the story of three questions with you all because those answers to the three questions are also very much helpful in our lives. And now let's start the story. Once upon a time, there was a king, and a thought came to his mind that if he got to know the answers to three questions, then he would never fail in his life. And what were the three questions? Question number one: what was the right time to start a work? Who were the most important people to meet? And what was the most important thing to do? These were the three questions. Now he wanted the answers to his questions, so he declared a large sum of money as a prize to those people who would be able to answer his questions. Now, after the declaration, many people came to his court, means many learned people came to his court, and they answered his questions differently. That's why the king could not get satisfied because he thought that if there is one answer to this question, then how the people are giving different answers to these questions. Answers should not vary from each other. So this is what bothered him a lot. He could not get satisfied. That's why he made up his mind to seek the advice of a wise hermit who was renowned for in his kingdom for his wisdom. Then he next day he started. He set out. Then one condition was there, that the hermit only accepted common people. He did not accept rich people. So the king dressed up like a common man and went to the hermit's cottage. From a distance he got off his horse and asked his bodyguards to wait for him till he came back. Then he went to the hermit. Then he introduced himself as a common man. Then he told the hermit that he had come to seek the answers to his questions. And hermit did not say anything initially. At that time he was digging beds in his courtyard, and as the hermit was weak and old, the king had pity on him, and he spread out his hand for the spade from the hermit and started digging the beds for him. And after digging for some time, he started asking the questions once again. The hermit this time also said nothing, and he kept quiet, and he spread out his hand for the spade. And seeing this, the king did not say anything. He continued digging the earth. After that, it became evening, and the king thought that the hermit is not going to answer his questions because he is all the time keeping quiet. But at that time, a man who was wounded at his stomach came running by holding his stomach with his hand. He ran towards the hermit's cottage. Seeing this, the king, with the help of the hermit, washed the wound of the man, and then he bandaged his wound. Then again and again he washed it and bandaged it because the bleeding was not going to stop, and it was his duty to help that man who was in the need of help. And with the help of hermit, he took that man to the bed and gave him some cold water to drink, and the man rested. And the king was also so much tired, and he took rest on the threshold of the cottage. And then next morning, when the king got up, he found the man had already woke up before him, and the man suddenly started asking for the forgiveness of the king. King could not understand anything. What was going on, the king could not understand. Then the king asked the reason. Then the man admitted that he had made up his mind to kill him on the way of the king's return, and he was cut by the bodyguards of the king, and he was injured by them. But he was the brother of king's enemy, the king's enemy. What had the king done to his brother? The king had executed his brother and seized his property. That's why he had made a promise to kill to take revenge from the king by killing him. But he had made up his mind to kill the king, but the king saved his life, and this incident brought a change in his mind, and he said that I had made up my mind to kill you, but you saved my life. So, O king, please forgive me, and if you please, then I would serve as your most faithful servant throughout my life. And if you wish, my sons will also serve as your faithful servants onwards. Then the king became very happy because he made peace with his enemy without any effort. This was that pleased him the most, and then he became very happy. He also made friendship with them, and he promised him to send his doctors and his physicians and his own men for taking care of him. After that, the king thought to go back to his palace because it was time to go. And as he did not get his answers, he did not thought of staying there anymore. And before leaving, he wanted to meet a hermit once more. Then the hermit when he asked the hermit for leaving his place, then before leaving he said that I had come to you to get answers to my questions, but I did not get any answers, so I am going back. Then the hermit said that you have been answered. By this, the king was astonished, he was surprised. Then he said, how is it possible? I did not get any answers from you. He explained that when you came to my cottage, you pitied on my weakness and started digging the beds for me. And that was the right time to, that was the most important time for you. You pitied on me, and I was the most important person for you at that time, and being good to me your work. In next phase, you see your when you saw the wounded man come towards the cottage, helped him. When you helped him, and the wounded man was the most important person for at that time. And being good to him, helping him means doing good to him was the most important work for you at that time. So on the whole, to your three questions, you have got your answers. What are the answers? The present time is the most important time, because in the past we have no control because it has already happened. In future also, no one can say what is going to happen. We can't do anything by going into the future. We can't go into the future, but it is the time, present time is the time when we have any power to do something. So the present moment, the present time is the most important time for us. Second question, who are the most important people for us? So the person with you, with whom you are, is the most important person for you. Always remember, at present moment with whom you are is the most important person for you. And third question, what is the most important work? Doing good to the person in front of you, means with whom you are, is the most important work for you, because doing good to others, for doing good to others, we have come to this earth only. So we should never hesitate to do good to those people with whom we are. So it is only all about the answers of the three questions that the king asked the hermit, and he was so satisfied with the answers, and he went back after that. And I hope these questions and their answers are also very much useful for us in our life.